YouTube, YouTube, Twitter. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What is poppin'? Excited to be here tonight, a Tuesday night. We've had just an eventful, just amazing fantasy football season so far. So hope your teams are doing well. And if they're not, so sorry. That's why you're here. That's why you're here to ask questions, to engage, to have fun. We are going to hit that intro. And then, you know what? As you guys continue to roll in here, we will answer your questions. I might just ramble. I might just start talking. And we're going to see how tonight goes. And we'll kind of go from there. So hit that intro, Caleb. So we are here on a Tuesday night, just making some content. I posted a video today talking about my 4 must-buy low candidates for the season. My man Rob was asking me yesterday in the stream, helped me kind of get some thoughts, thinking about who I'd be picking, for this kind of thing, who I'd be picking to buy low. But we're here again tonight to just talk some fantasy football. So I know it takes a little bit for me to get into the algorithm. It takes me a little bit to get some people flowing in here. Like I said, I am building this community, trying to get more people involved. So if you haven't already, you're watching the replay, like and subscribe, helps me out a ton. And that way you can pop into these lives. I'm trying to go live every night, almost every night. I'm trying to go live. So if you haven't already, help me out. Help me out. Like I said, don't have anyone in here yet. So hopefully you help me get that way. And I'm sorry about that background noise, but apologies on that. I am just waiting, for people to jump in here. I know last night we had some great conversations, absolutely great conversations. So hoping that we can have some of those today. Now we're looking ahead, week four. So we're going to dive into, while I'm here just rambling by myself. And like I said, if you jump into this live at any point, ask me any questions because this time is for you. But we're going to be talking a little bit about the schedule that is here coming up. So we got Dolphins and Bengals on Thursday night football. Thursday night, baby. Thursday night is going to be huge. We got Joey B, Tua, same draft class, going at it. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Now, the thing that I have to remember about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, we were talking all offseason about, man, really, you need to not draft Tyreek Hill. You need to get Jalen Waddle in the 4th because Tyreek Hill was going in the 2nd. And I just think, oh man, that's rough, man. That is really rough to get Tyreek Hill. I was off it. I was all in on Jalen Waddle. And you know what? I think that's going to be a good call. I think getting Jalen Waddle in the 4th, great call by me. But if we really need to, Tyreek Hill in the 2nd is also looking like a miss that we had. But what can we do? At least we hit on one of those. Like I said, here to answer all fantasy football questions here tonight, I am right now just rambling, just talking about this upcoming week, talking about some things that I like to see. I posted a video today talking about my must buy low candidates. So if you haven't already, check that video out after this. It means so much. Support for the channel has been great. I appreciate everyone in this community and just trying to engage with you. So if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And if you are tuning in and you are an OG subscriber, ask me any questions because we're trying to build upon hopefully the momentum that you've built up over the last few fantasy football seasons, or even not even the past few fantasy football seasons, the past few weeks, to just get you better at fantasy football. So appreciate everyone for tuning in, for being here tonight. Means the world. Ask me any questions. Like I said, we are here to grind and get better together. I like to think of myself as an expert. I enjoy playing fantasy football, but let me just say, there are better people than me. So let's talk it out as a community. Let's grind and build together because I'm no perfect man. One of my teams right now is 1-2, and it is DeAndre Swift is on that team. Dalvin Cook is on that team. Allen Robinson is on that team. I think that is the only 3 people you need to know that are on my team to show me that it's not going too hot. Not going too hot. But on some of my other teams, looking pretty good. I am a little bullish on Joe Mixon going forward. We are looking at the Cincinnati Bengals this week playing the Dolphins. Now I know there's potential that he's not going to play this week. Can't help anything if he doesn't. Samaje Perine, we'll see if he's actually a good waiver wire pickup. But Joe Mixon, based on the uses that he's had, and I talk about that in my video today, it's good. It's good usage. So I'm excited for Joe Mixon. I think he still has that top 5 upside that we were drafting him with at the back end of the first this offseason. To my 2 viewers for tuning in, appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. It means the world. If you have any questions, hit me up. Like I said, right now, just rambling. As we get more people in here, we start the questions getting asked, helps engage, and we can all kind of grind together. So let me know if I can answer any questions of being any help. This time is for us to conquer the fantasy football community. Now, what other games are happening here on Sunday? We have the Vikings versus Saints, Bears versus Giants. So Vikings versus Saints, very interesting. Will Olave continue that hot stretch that he's had? Will Justin Jefferson get back on track? Those are the main things. Is it going to be Dalvin Cook? I think is probably going to be out. So Alexander Madison, if you bought him as the handcuff, hopefully if you've got Dalvin Cook, then it'll be interesting to see if he produces that wide receiver number 1 numbers. We got the Bears versus Giants. That is probably going to be a very bad game. Hopefully Saquon produces. We were buying Saquon everywhere. Saquon was my RB6 heading into the season. I probably would have put him higher. I was not feeling the risk. And you know what? That's on me. But RB6 feeling pretty good about that call out in the preseason. We then got the Commanders and the Cowboys. Will Carson Wentz bounce back? Curtis Samuel's been an absolute stud. Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, the fantasy community was bashing that man at the halftime versus the Giants yesterday. And then my man came out and had that nice one-handed grab. So he's back. Everyone's feeling pretty good about CD after the performance he put up yesterday, even though they were bashing him. Then we got Jets versus Steelers. Zach Wilson, is he going to be back this week? What happens with Elijah Moore? Is he going to be a bounce back candidate? Has he been eating breakfast with Zach Wilson, or was that Garrett Wilson? Was Garrett Wilson just eating breakfast with Joe Flacco and Zach Wilson, and that's why he gets all the targets? I don't know. We got Jags versus Eagles. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith. It's been electric. It's been electric for them. Christian Kirk, does he continue this hot streak? Trevor Lawrence, what happens? Does Travis Etienne bounce back? I am a huge Travis Etienne truther. So seeing James Robinson absolutely demolish Travis Etienne is really hurting. If anyone is on Twitter, you've probably seen the Prophet, not Twitter, on TikTok. The Prophet literally is getting blasted for his Travis Etienne. I wasn't in love with him as much as him, but it was pretty close. So you can bash me as well. To my 3 viewers right now, like I said, appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, this is about you. This time is for you to engage. Let's talk start sits. Let's talk waiver wire ads. I mean, most of the waiver wires probably ran today or running tomorrow. Let us talk about trades. Should I buy low on somebody? Like, should I trade this guy? Like, I would love to engage with you here. And I would love to, if you haven't already subscribed or are part of this community, like, subscribe, become part of the community. We are trying to grow together as fantasy football. And I will say, I just started my channel back in July. So trying to grow that, trying to produce content that helps you win championships. Started playing fantasy football back in 2007. LaDainian Tomlinson was the 101 that year. I've won a few leagues since then. I've gotten better as a fantasy football player. I remember my little brother, the first year he played, he drafted Donovan McNabb and Eli Manning rounds 1 and round 2. So if that tells you what I've seen in my time, I've seen pretty bad drafts. So I've seen good drafts. I've seen successes. I remember Michael Vick coming back playing for the Eagles. I remember Arian Foster's breakout. Like, there's so many like amazing memories with fantasy football. And that's what we're trying to do on this channel. Provide really great redraft analysis, as well as once we get out of the season, talking dynasty a lot, because I play in a lot of dynasty leagues. So, like I said, love to answer any questions that you potentially might have. Appreciate you tuning in, interacting with me, just participating. If we don't got any questions, I'm just going to keep talking kind of about the schedule that's continuing to happen. So we just got done talking about, who did I just talk about? I was just talking about the Jags and the Eagles. The Browns and the Falcons, that's another interesting one. Jacoby Brissett threw for, like, what was it, 200 yards, but really only to David Njoku and Mark Cooper. So that was really awesome. Drake London continues to just emerge as the wide receiver 1 of the rookie class. Even though I love me some Garrett Wilson, I think that's going to be an interesting battle moving forward. But if Garrett Wilson misses any significant amount of time, Drake London is just going to cement himself as a wide receiver 1. We then, what else was I about to add about that? Oh, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts bounce back. Like, that was great. That was great to see Kyle Pitts being able to bounce back, emerge as the tight end 3. People were drafting him as. Everyone was drafting him behind Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews. People were like, why did I draft him in the 3rd? Had 2 bad weeks. all of a sudden Arthur Smith gets blasted for it, comes back. So, like I said, also, I'm just right now, I'm going through, if you're just tuning in, I'm just going through the schedule for this week. But ask any questions, start sit questions, waiver wire ads, trade questions, buy lows. This time is yours. Chat is open. Chat is hot and ready to get started. We haven't had a question yet, so you could be the first one. We then have Bills versus Ravens, Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. High potential output for fantasy football. Loving me some Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Rashard Bateman. Also loving Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen. It's going to be a shootout. Granted, everyone loves those guys. You're starting them if you drafted them. But I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So that'll be very fantasy relevant. I don't know the weather yet. I haven't looked at the weather yet. I assume, Baltimore or Buffalo, not great weather places. But as long as there's not rain, we're feeling pretty confident. Cardinals versus Panthers. My gosh, Kyler Murray, anytime the new Modern Warfare beta comes out, like, my man stinks it up. And it's just the stats prove it. And so, and I know I just said that without like giving the stats, but I could look it up right now for you, but I'm just rambling, so I'm not going to. But Kyler Murray, will he bounce back? Panthers, what's going to happen? CMC, DJ Moore. DJ Moore, someone asked yesterday in live stream, is DJ Moore a buy low? I think he's a buy low if you can get him for like, a low-end wide receiver 3, because he is getting the targets. They're just terrible targets. And I think we understand now that Baker does not produce fantasy wide receivers at all. Poor Odell Beckham with kind of how he was looking. We then have Broncos versus Raiders. My gosh, Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett. Like, my gosh, get the offense moving. Javonte Williams only had a 45% snap share. And the Raiders, we got our boy Hollins just absolutely demolishing. Will Hunter Renfrow take some of those targets back? We'll see if he gets back healthy. You have Darren Waller, Devontae Adams. That'll be an interesting fantasy football game. I imagine the Raiders win. Patriots versus Packers. I feel like that's just going to be a nasty offensive game because the Packers are just having to run the ball. Romeo Doubs made a TikTok about him yesterday, so I haven't checked that out. Check that out. But of course, waiver wire ad. Really like that. Will he emerge as the wide receiver 1? We'll have to see. Chiefs versus Buccaneers. That is going to be a high scoring game. Mike Evans going to be coming back off that suspension. You got Patrick Mahomes coming off his first loss of the season to the Colts. What will happen? Juju didn't perform great. Travis Kelce had an okay day that got saved by a touchdown. So those are all interesting. And then Rams versus 49ers. We have Trey Lance. My gosh, getting injured. Drafted him in the 9th round everywhere. So they bring in, Jimmy G. Brandon Ayuk looked good last week. Deebo Samuel. Jeff Wilson. We don't know what Jeff Wilson performed okay. George Kittle didn't have a great day. Did he have a great day? I forget. You know what? I didn't even look at how George Kittle did. Let us quickly look at Fantasy Pros to figure out how George Kittle did. George Kittle, yeah, he had 6.8 fantasy points. So not great at all. Not great at all. But that's the Monday night game, the Rams versus the 49ers. So those are some of my thoughts. Like I said, to all 6 viewers right now, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to help you win your fantasy football leagues. We're going live like every night. So chat. No one's asked me a question yet. We are here to engage, to interact with you, helping with trade questions, helping with starts or sits. Like, give me your team and we'll walk you through like what strategies we should be taking in the waiver wire. Like I said, this is in-depth analysis happening live in front of you. So appreciate everyone for tuning in, for being here. Usually the first 15 minutes are slow. I'm just going to be honest. That's what's been happening the last few nights. First 15 minutes, no one asked any questions. And then all of a sudden, chat erupts. And I want the chat to erupt here tonight. Like I said, not charging any money. We are here for free analysis that hopefully wins you your fantasy football leagues. Because if it doesn't, then I'm going to be quickly not making YouTube content and everyone's going to be calling me a fake. So that is what we're here to do. I guess I could talk too, like, who are some players that I'm thinking, if you haven't already, check out my buy low video after this stream. I talked 4 buy low candidates. 4. My man Rob asked me yesterday, who are some players that I should, would think about buying low on. I'll give you one of my players. And actually, I didn't even talk about him in my video today because I only wanted 4. And then I started making the video and I thought, I could add another one. But Breece Hall, now's the time to buy Breece Hall. If you're not going to, now is the last chance you can buy low because you have Michael Carter and him splitting the backfield. Every week his snap share has been going up. Actually, I'm saying this and I'm not proving any analysis. So let's quickly look. If you want key trick, if you want to see Snapshare, just go to Player Profiler. So shout out Player Profiler. Shout out Matt Kelly, the Podfather, the legend. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. So if we look at his Snapshare, he's only in on like 40% of snaps. So he's had 3 games played, 21 rush attempts, 112 yards. He's averaging 12.8 fantasy points a game, which puts him as the RB18 on a points per game basis. If snap share 40.8 and he has an opportunity share of 47.8, which puts him at RB33. Like, just imagine for yourself. If that gets better, which it will because he's a rookie, we are looking at a man that has high-end RB2, low-end RB1, upside on a points per game basis. So go buy yourself some Breece Hall. Go trade away your wide receiver 3 or your wide receiver 4 on your bench that has a big week and see if the Breece Hall owner will let Breece Hall go, because they're probably feeling not absolutely great about Breece Hall. I know he had an okay day against the Bengals, but if you give him something spicy, some wide receiver that just put up 13, 15 fantasy points, they see it themselves. Oh, man, that's interesting. Now, high-end wide receiver ones win you your fantasy league, like the Stephon Diggs, the Cooper Kupp of last year. Like, those are the type of wide receivers that are going to win you your league. Otherwise, running back win you championships. And I'm not robust RB. I'm not the fantasy football counselor. I just lost some people. Some people didn't like that advice. But, I'm just saying, if you are going to be waiting and trading someone, Breece Hall should be your target. Now, chat is open. Chat is open here. Ask me a question. Anything. Start and sits. Anything. I am dying for a question. So shout out to everybody in the stream for participating, for being here. I guess participating is a bold word to say. I want you guys to interact with me. I want to interact with you. And like I said, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. We're at 109 subscribers. I don't know if we passed. I don't know if we got to 110 yet, but that was my goal for tonight, is to get to 110. So if you haven't already, join the community. Join the community right now. Join it. Anyway, next thing we got to talk about is some of the, who's just been absolutely not doing well. There's some names off the top. Darnell Mooney. My man ran 59 snaps. He played 59 snaps, had 24 routes run. He led the team in routes run and only had 5 targets. 5 targets. We were drafting him in the 6th round. I didn't draft a lot of Darnell Mooney, but we as a fantasy football community, we whiffed so hard. Cole Kmet, we planted our flag on Cole Kmet in the 10th round. We said, this is our guy. And listen, tight end is so brutal this year. If you don't have Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts is looking solid, but even he drafted Dalton Schultz. TJ Hawkinson really hasn't, he put last week put up 12 points. Dallas Goedert's looking like the candidate we should have been targeting, but I thought he was going to be, dealing with target competition with AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, and he is, and the offense is just amazing. But those are all some of my thoughts on that. I'll ask you a question as a viewer right now. Who's a player that you have been super disappointed in? And we'll kind of go from there. Also, so who's a player that you have been disappointed in that has hurt your fantasy football team? And if you can't name one, then ask me a start sit question, because the chat is open, ladies and gentlemen. Chat is open. You know what? Maybe sometime we'll set it up so we can have call-ins to the show. I think that'd be awesome. But ask me anything right now. Time is yours. We're at 10:10 at night. People are tuning in. Noah, I don't know if you're in here. Noah, are you in here? Appreciate if you're in here, my guy. Noah is a legend as well. He is a fantasy football content creator. So, but I'm here. I'm here, baby. I'm here. We're here to interact. Now, I'm going to wait just 1 second for the chat, because I know there's a slight delay on anyone coming in. So ask away. If you're on Twitter, actually, and you're watching this, come over to YouTube, because if you have a question on Twitter, I cannot actually see it. So come over to YouTube, ask your question, and it means the world. means the world. Trying to interact. You give something, and I hopefully give something. Now, we had bold thing. Maria, shout out to Maria. She was in the chat yesterday. First, like, actual fantasy football player that's a female that has participated in the chat. And I just would love to give a shout out to Maria because she was freaking amazing. So you could be the Maria tonight. You could make my night by asking me a question. So I already lost a few people because they didn't want to ask a question. But you could ask a question. Like I said, phone lines are open. Chat is open. We are here. Now, if you want to know something about me, I could talk about me all day, but I want to talk about you. So that was a great political pitch. Now, we are 21 minutes in the stream, and I've just been rambling. Can we just take a moment to appreciate we are keeping the show alive here, ladies and gentlemen, but I need your help to let this thing keep going because we're going to engage with you. Okay. While we're waiting for people to come in to the chat and ask any questions at all, let us walk through the top fantasy football players on a points per game basis right now. We are doing this in PPR. So this is based on the last 3 weeks. So we got Lamar Jackson at 1. Okay, you're going to, of course, have your quarterback. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs right now is averaging 26 or is averaging 28.5 fantasy points a game. What a legend on a PPR basis. Cooper Kupp. So those two guys should have been going a lot higher in drafts. I know Cooper Kupp was going around pick 104, 105. I mean, showing us that maybe hero RB or maybe even the zero RB was the way to go, at least through the first 3 weeks. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 24.45 points. Who would have thought? I mean, we picked him up in a lot of redraft leagues last year. Helped us win a lot of chips, but it didn't necessarily happen. Like I said, if you're just now tuning in, ask any questions you want. It is your time to do any start-sit questions, and maybe we don't. Maybe the show is just us running through certain scenarios. But I would love to answer any questions you might have. Jalen Waddle at 24.3 fantasy points. So, Jalen Waddle, we were talking. We said, don't draft Tyreek Hill in the second. Draft Jalen Waddle in the fourth. I think that was a good call. Patrick Mahomes, of course, another quarterback. Saquon Barkley. Last night, Monday Night Football, had vintage Saquon run. 22.6 fantasy points a game. Tua, Carson Wentz, out of nowhere. Oh, my man, yay. Coming out. Bro, you saved me. I shouldn't say bro. That was insensitive of me. But appreciate you being here. Asking this question. Trade Jefferson for Debo and Chubb or Chubb and Tyreek. Wow. I mean, to be completely fair, Tyreek, if you can get if you can get Tyreek Hill and Nick Chubb, I think I'm doing that ASAP. I like both deals, just completely honest. I mean, I'm assuming this is a 12-man league. Yeah. The upside of Jefferson, I mean, let's just give this, like, I'm just going to give this to you, like how I evaluate it. Let's say Jefferson ends the season like Stephon Diggs is right now, somewhere around 26.7 fantasy points per game. Okay. I know Nick Chubb is absolutely killing it right now, but let's say he goes down a little bit more and he only averages 19 fantasy points per game. Okay. Tyreek Hill averages, let's say he goes down to 20. So you're losing at your like top wide receiver spot. You're probably going to be losing somewhere around 6 fantasy points per game. But the difference between Nick Chubb and probably your RB2 or your RB1 is going to be enough to make it up. And I like that upside and I like that depth. So 100%. If you can do, I mean, honestly, like I said, I prefer the Chubb and Tyreek Hill trade. But if they don't do that and you need to do the Chubb and Debo trade, that is what I would do. Yay. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for asking the question. Like I said, chat is open. Ask any questions right now. I'm here for you. Here to engage. Have some fun. Talk fantasy football. So I hope that analysis helped. A whole lot. I'm going to stare into your soul now. Staring into your soul. We're going to talk fantasy football. Now, Christian Kirk. That was one I didn't see happening this year. Christian Kirk, I mean, I should have followed the money. But when you follow the money, sometimes you have Nelson Aguilar. Ooh, My man Yay left a like. Yay, bro, subscribe. Be here another time. Come in another time. Helps me out a lot. So I appreciate you. Yeah. Justin Herbert playing with a broken rib and slinging the ball down the field. Like, that was impressive. That was really impressive, for sure. Like I said, we're here, we're live, trying to engage with you guys. So let me know if I can answer any questions for you. We are trying to win our fantasy football leagues. That is what we were trying to do. Noah, are you here? I don't know. I keep asking if Noah's here, and I don't know. I don't know if Noah's here. If you are on Twitter, come over to YouTube. I can answer your questions there. Interesting tweet that just went out. Eli Weiner, hopefully that doesn't get me banned for saying that, says DJ Moore has a lower Yahoo projection than Richie James this week. Yeah, go buy low on DJ Moore. Go buy low on DJ Moore. Low, but don't overpay. Don't overpay, but buy low. Go see if you can just trade a waiver wire guy for DJ Moore. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like I said, trying to grow this channel, trying to engage with you guys, as well as answer any fantasy football questions you have. See, Ye did it great. I think he just came in, asked his question, and then he left. So, but yeah, appreciate it. Join in, ask questions. We are one subscriber away from our goal. So we are at 109, trying to get to 110. I just posted a video today, trade for these running back, buy low video, essentially, trade for these running backs and wide receivers. Trying to post a video a day, trying to make consistent TikToks. I haven't been consistent on TikTok, but trying to go live, engage with you guys. So ask any question. Ask any question. Chat is open. Call into 1-800, what do I do when I'm not doing fantasy football? We got a question. Oh no. Here we go. Isaiah, is that how you, dude, you have the most interesting spelled Isaiah name I've ever seen, bro. That is awesome, bro. I love it. I love it. Like I said, subscribe before I answer your question and like would mean the world. Trying to get to 110. So here we go. Would you trade Keenan Allen for T. Higgins? No, I'm keeping T. Higgins. T. Higgins over for sure. Keep T. Higgins over Keenan Allen. I mean, I understand, like, in the process, like, taking Keenan Allen over T. Higgins, like, I understood that, like, before the draft. But after seeing the Cincinnati Bengals offense, they're going to be airing it out. So 100% T. Higgins, my guy. Love your name. Like I said, if you haven't already, subscribe. Helps me out a ton. We're trying to get to 110 subscribers. So you could be, there we go. We hit 110, baby. Let's go. We got the Slay Boss 2000. Slay. What tips do you have for beginners who are trying to get into fantasy football? Ooh, that's great. Well, sadly, now, if you're trying to get into fantasy football now, it's a little late to do like redraft leagues. You can do DraftKings, which I think helps you a little bit. Ooh, my guy, appreciate you so much. But I mean, then you're spending money. So I know there are some leagues where you can get in super late. Like you can do like rest of season leagues, which might help. I mean, it's going to change like, a little bit more about who's being used and like usage rates. So I feel like it's a little bit skewed. But if you're trying to get into fantasy football, like it's super easy. Like you can get in a bunch of ones with randoms, but honestly, like your workplace, your friends, like those are the best places to start like doing fantasy football with, because that's where you're going to have the fun, the camaraderie. And so, yeah, just do it that way. Watching content, like watching my videos that aren't live. Like, I think I try to provide enough analysis to like explain my thoughts. So like before the season, and I don't just do that. Like there's a lot of other content creators out there that like do this. I just started in July. So I'm starting my YouTube journey, just like someone might be starting their fantasy football journey. But like we did our like preseason rankings, we like identified like the wide receivers and like why we had those ranked the way that we do. The running backs, why do we have them ranked the way that we do? So like the tight ends, the quarterbacks. So that then when you went into draft, you were then able to kind of use a little bit of my analysis. Maybe you found other content creators too, and like mix it so that then you could come in and be like, these are the guys that I really like that I'm going to try to target in these drafts. Because I'll say this, there's a lot of people that just go into their drafts and they just take the top guy available, which to be honest, sometimes works, because a lot of like the ESPNs, the sleepers of the world, they have the ADP built in. But when you're able to do your own analysis and figure out like, these are the great spots to be drafting these guys. Oh, that's a steal. Like I got this guy way later. Like that definitely helps you. And then, of course, when you're in season, just being able to do the waiver wire, understand a week ahead. Like sometimes the moves that you can do now that then impact you next week, 2 weeks from now, that your other league mates aren't thinking about. Those are my thoughts. So yeah, definitely. I kind of went a lot deeper than what you were asking. So just get in a league and just acknowledge I wouldn't spend any money. There's a bunch of free leagues where you can do with friends. So you can like figure out how to do it well before you actually start putting some of your own hard-earned dollars. Like I know a bunch of people that don't actually pay any money when they do fantasy football. But if you ever want to I feel like the money aspect, you're putting your money where your mouth is a little bit. So you're a little bit more committed, especially in those leagues. So sometimes in the free leagues, you got your friends, they play for 6-7 weeks and then they realize they're 2-5 and they're done. So those are some of my thoughts, Slay Boss. So let me know if that helps you at all. But yeah, we got Isaiah. Yeah. Appreciate you guys being here. Any other questions? Lines are open. We got people pouring in, asking questions. So appreciate everyone for being here tonight. Like I said, we have a video out released today. Well, yesterday we had must add players. So for week 4, and then we got trade for these running backs and wide receivers video that dropped today. Tomorrow we will be dropping a video talking about my running back rankings for the week, as well as my wide receiver rankings. I think I'll drop both of those tomorrow. Maybe I'll drop one Wednesday and then one on Thursday. But we're going live every night. I don't care if I have to ramble because I want to answer your questions. I do. I really want to answer your questions. So any more questions? We are here. We are popping off with questions. Isaiah was in here. Slay Boss was in here. Ye was in here. So I want you in here. That's my sales pitch. So otherwise, we're going to just keep talking about things that happened in fantasy football land. Yeah, Kyler Murray, surprisingly, is still the 18th ranked player on PPR basis. He is behind Justin Herbert, but barely. He scored one less point than Justin Herbert. And I know Justin Herbert was hurt. He had a down week this last week. Jared Goff is a lot higher than what you might think. He's averaging 19 fantasy points per game. So I wonder what's going to happen too. This week, it's going to be a little bit rough. It's just going to be TJ Hawkinson. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to be out. DeAndre Swift's going to be out. So we'll see what happens with Jared Goff. AJ Brown. Imagine I have one league where I stacked Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, and it just feels beautiful. It just feels right. James Robinson. I need that man working on his doctor needs to work on my Achilles if I ever have an Achilles tear, because he came back so fast. So freaking fast. But anyway, I'm here for you guys. Here for you. Ask any questions. Let me know if you're on Twitter. I can't answer your questions on Twitter. Actually, you could send me a DM if you want it on Twitter, and I probably would see it, and then I would answer it live. Otherwise, come over to YouTube and ask your question there. No, it is 10:25 at night, so it is a little bit later. I've been trying to find out the right schedule. Do you guys like the later stream? I started at 9:50 tonight. Do you guys like the later stream for you PST people? I am on EST, but I know 10:25 at night is a little bit late for us Eastern Standard folks. So trying to accommodate everybody. As someone, I do sales for a living, so I understand how hard it is on different time zones. It's interesting. Yes, and that probably made a little bit of sense. I do like talking, so I promise this isn't how I sound when I work. I promise. I'm very respectful. I'm a respectful man. But like I said, any more questions here tonight? Oh, Keenan coming in. Solid. Keenan, have you been here before? I feel like 2 weeks ago you were in one of my live streams. So let me know. Who's one person you have regret drafting this season? Ooh. Regret's a hard word. Because I did a lot of analysis. So I feel like just based on values and things like following, I will say this. I regret not drafting. So this isn't your question, but I'll answer this one first and then I'll answer your question. I regret not drafting a lot more Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, I think that's obvious. He was there in a lot of my 6th round. And I would take Dalton Schultz over Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now I feel like an idiot. I regret drafting DeAndre Swift. I had DeAndre Swift as my RB11 in my pre-draft rankings. In a few spots, he fell to a point where even though like I had guys ranked ahead of him in my rankings, I was like, I think I need to take the shot because if I don't have any exposure to DeAndre Swift, all of a sudden, I even admitted like I think DeAndre Swift had top 5 upside, but like I risked it with DeAndre Swift in a few spots that I probably should have gone. I was higher on Saquon, but I was like, I'm going to try to, diversify my portfolio a little bit. And now I feel like an idiot. I think that seeing like the usage of like Dalvin Cook, like makes me a little bit scared too. I'm worried about Dalvin Cook, but those are some of the guys. If we're talking like later round picks, Trey Lance. I had Trey Lance in 2 leagues, and I was like feeling very good. I was like as my QB1, and I had like Kirk Cousins as one of my backups in the league, and another one I had Trevor Lawrence. So like I'm fine, but like the upside's not there that like Trey Lance I think had, and we didn't get to see it. And now are we ever going to see it? Like those are questions we have. So Keenan, those are my responses to answer for you. Do you have any start sit questions, Keenan, for this week? Would love to answer those for you, as well as anyone else here in the live. Would love to answer any more questions that potentially might come through. I talk a lot. Sometimes I just need to let it breathe. But I appreciate all 4 of my viewers for sticking around here, viewing, interacting with me. Means the world. We're just trying to grow this YouTube channel one day at a time, but we're also trying to grow our community one follower at a time, because we are, just trying to engage with you guys. So hopefully you like the content. If you have any ideas about content that I'm not producing that you would like to see, let me know, because I'm trying to produce what you want to see. So like I said, ask any start sit questions, ask any waiver wire questions, ask any trade questions, or if we just want to talk about a player, like, and I'll give you my analysis or whatever, like, let me know. You guys have been doing great so far. I appreciate you, Isaiah, Slayboss, and Keenan. You guys have been, and Ye was here earlier. So appreciate all of you for that. Like I said, I think we're probably going to be ending this here soon if no one has any other questions, but I will be here as long as you have questions. So hit me up with any more questions that you might have. Any more questions? Keenan, you got any more questions? Say you got any more questions? Anyone else jumping into this chat? You guys got any more questions? Would love to, like I said, love to answer any questions that you might have, because that is what we're trying to do here. Trying to answer all the questions. I haven't seen Hurricane here in a moment. Hurricane was one of the loyal followers, and I don't know where he's went. We got to find him because he asked a lot of questions. But like I said, I think we're going to end the stream here tonight. So appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like I said, I'm live here tomorrow. So if you think of a question, like, come back tomorrow. We'll interact. We'll have some fun. So appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight, and I will catch you here on the flip side. Catch you guys later. Oh, wait, whoa. Keenan coming in with one final question. Any collabs soon? Any collabs? I had my friend Jordan. He's been on the channel a few times. So might have him back, as well as like you're talking with other brands. Not yet. I'm trying to do everything kind of like I want to build my own brand here first. And then I think eventually we'll start reaching out to people. I think the problem is like a lot of brands, like, I'm not going to crap on any other brands, but like they reach out to other content creators to like bring them on the channel to like hopefully like help them. They always want something from someone else. And like, I understand that, but like we're doing this the grassroots way. We're going to grind ourselves. We're going to produce the content that we want to produce. And eventually if we align with someone that has the same interest, we'll like bring them on. But I got big plans, but we got to build the audience first. We got to find all the fantasy football lovers and bring them over here. Kind of like with what Fantasy Flock has done. Like, I'm not trying to be Fantasy Flock. Don't take it that way, because he is a great guy. I love Mason. I do love me some Mason. But hopefully eventually we get to a point where we can do that. So yeah, Keenan, appreciate that question, man, for sure. So appreciate everyone here for tuning in. Like I said, if you have any last final questions, start sit questions, chat's open. Chat's open. Like I said, I was about to end it and Keenan snuck in. So sneak in with another question. I am here. I'm here to answer any questions you guys got. Any questions you guys got. And I'll put your question, like I said, on the screen. You get to see all the viewers get to see these questions. So it means a lot that all 6 viewers are tuning in here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're going live like every night. We're going live every night, engaging, growing our community. You can join the community. You can ask questions. I hope you enjoy the things I push. We got Lucas, bro. I totally just botched your name, and I am super sorry. I read that like super fast. The Patrick. Oh my goodness, man! Thanks so much for subscribing and liking. Appreciate you being here and ask any questions. We're going live almost every night. You said watch a ton of your vids. Okay, first off, you watched a ton of my vids. Are you subscribed? Because that would mean the world to me, and I appreciate you watching a lot of my vids, my guy. Good to see you live. 2 questions. Who do you prefer? Ross, Jay Taylor, or Derrick Henry? Who do I prefer? Ross. That's what I'm getting tripped up by. Respond really quick about who you mean by Ross, and then also the Patrick House. I'm gonna get to your question as well. Who do you prefer? Jay Taylor or Derrick Henry? Trading Zeke and Allen Robb. Yeah. So I prefer. I prefer Jonathan Taylor. Rest of season. Who do you prefer rest of season? Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry? Oh, that's a great question. I mean, Jonathan Taylor. I'm a little bit worried about. I am a little bit worried about the usage of Derrick Henry. The age. I bought him in a lot of my dynasty leagues, so like I still think Derrick Henry is going to be a solid RB1. I just think we've seen the upside Jonathan Taylor has, and especially now he's getting more receiving work this year. The Colts just haven't put it together on offense yet, and so I do like me some Jonathan Taylor. So I'm going to put Jonathan Taylor rest of season, and then 2 trading Zeke and Allen Robinson. Yeah, I mean try to trade. Are you trading one for another, or are you just talking about trading both in general? Because I agree. I mean, Tony Pollard looks a lot more explosive. Everyone says that, but Zeke still somehow every year finishes as the RB1 just because he's durable and puts up like 12 fantasy points a game. So, yeah. And Allen Robinson, I'm a little bit nervous about Allen Robinson. I thought it would happen. Dude's open and he's not getting the ball. And that's it's frustrating, man. Drafted Allen Robinson a lot of 5th rounds just because I thought Robert Woods was like the wide receiver 13 on a points per game basis, and then last year, before he got hurt in like week 8. So I thought, okay, even if Allen Robinson is like the wide receiver 15, 16 on a points per game basis, like the value of you drafting him in the 5th or 6th round, because he sometimes went in the 6th round, like was going to be worth it. And it just hasn't happened. Looking for a trade target. Oh, trading Zeke and Allen Robinson. Like who would you trade? Great question. Man, I would just try to fill out offers. Let me look at points of people that I would try to be trading. I mean, yeah, if you could some people might not be high on CD Lamb, so it depends what you're trying to trade for. Maybe give me some are you weak at running back or wide receiver? And Lucas, I promise I'll answer your question. Let me know. Trading both, just having a hard time figuring out a target. Thanks a ton. Yes, I'm already subscribed. Okay, cool, dude. Let me think on that, and I'll get back to you on who I think you should sue. I got to think about that for a second. So the Patrick Haas says roster grade and recommendations: 10 teams, scoring, extra flex, no kicker, Jalen Hurts, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson. Oh, just rub it in. AJ Brown, Bateman, A-Rob, Elijah Moore, Jameson Williams, CH, Gibson, Hunt, Edmonds, ETN, Superflex. San Francisco defense. Bro, it's an A. I'm a little bit confused how you got ETN. Because I assume you went 0 RB. So you went with Stephon Diggs or Justin Jefferson in the 1st, then Stephon Diggs in the 2nd, AJ Brown in the 3rd, and then ETN in the 4th. And then did you go Jalen Hurts in the 5th? I think that's probably how it went. I like your team, man. You're looking really solid. Exactly. The 0 RB haters. I think Travis Etienne, Travis Etienne is a buy low for me right now. So Travis Etienne is a buy low for me. Should I start Jamal Williams at flex over Judy and Lockett? Yeah, I think you have to. I think the floor is a little bit safer. Most people will tell you Judy and Lockett have higher upside, which I would agree with, but we just saw what Jamal Williams did, even sharing the backfield a little bit with DeAndre Swift. So Will Jamal Williams be the actual bell cow that we've been wishing that DeAndre Swift was? I think I'm starting Jamal Williams, at least until I get more word, because it's going to be the Jamal Williams, TJ Hawkinson show. Who's starting running backs this week? Who's my starting running backs this week? I currently got Hunt and Edmonds. Oh, I mean, I think like from this team, Patrick, is it from the same team that you were showing me? Or, oh, you got Hunt and Edmonds starting. I mean, I would start CH. Is he hurt? No, he's not hurt. Start CH. And I think I'm doing CH and Hunt. That's what I'm doing. Off the top. Yeah, so you're trading both and trying to have a hard time. Yeah. You're weak at running back, yeah. I might just hold on to Zeke because no one's going to give you the value that Zeke probably will produce for you just for him being consistent. And then, I mean, you're not going to get much for A-Rob right now. So you're kind of selling both of them low. And at that point, you might as well just hold. Yeah, that's some of my thoughts. But appreciate all you guys for like now pouring in. It means the world. If you haven't already, subscribe. Means the world to me. We're trying to I say we, meaning us. I'm trying to grow my channel. I started this channel in July, so trying to engage, provide great content. Trying to put out like a video a day as do live a day to answer all your questions. So appreciate you guys tuning in. If you could redraft, who would your one pick be from what you've seen from this series? Yeah, if you could redraft your first pick, yeah, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp. And a few leagues I took some running backs ahead of them at like 3 or 4, and I regret that. Especially in best ball, I should have taken a lot more Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs. So those are the two guys just off the top. Appreciate you being here as well. I drafted Henderson and someone traded me ETN for Hendo. Yeah. Oh, solid. You know what you're doing for sure. That's a good trade. And I know Travis Etienne hasn't performed up to this point, but he's a buy low, and hopefully his usage will go up. He is in my buy low video today, so if you want to hear more analysis on why I think Travis Etienne's a buy low, go check out that video. Yes, sir. Greg, appreciate you being here, my guy. Got offered Jalen Hurts and Judy for my Waddle and Dak. PPR redraft. Ooh. So this is juicy. Greg, type out your team right now. Type out your team because it's hard for me to like in a vacuum say, because like, let's say this, like Waddle here. Let's talk about fantasy points. Waddle's right now on PPR scoring. He's the overall player number 7 in 3 weeks. Now Jalen Hurts is number 3. So if your team is hurting for points, Jalen Hurts might be a little bit more consistent, but the drop off from Jerry Judy, because where's Jerry Judy? Jerry Judy. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because I feel like you're really having to pay up here for Jerry Judy, because Jerry Judy right now is 160th. He's I'll give you a second. He's only averaging 8.7 fantasy points a game, whereas like we said, Jalen Waddle's averaging 24. So you're losing about 16 fantasy points a game by doing the switch. Now, I know Dak's hurt, but Dak's going to be coming back. Dak, I guess that first game, it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell what his fantasy points per game is going to be because he only put up 5 fantasy points that first week. So let's say Dak puts up, which we think he's going to put up, like, let's just give it like a Geno Smith type number. Like, we're going to go really low for this argument. We're going to say he puts up 16 fantasy points per game. So the difference between Jalen Hurts is about 12, but then you're losing about 16 between Jalen Waddle and Jared Judy. I'm sticking with the Jalen Waddle Dak side because I think even though you have less upside, that maybe the Jalen Hurts might win you a few more weeks. Like, you're going to be a little bit weaker at wide receiver, and I don't want to do that to you because the quarterback position, even though it is slightly different, like, you're still going to get enough production out of Dak to upset the difference between Dak and Jalen Hurts. So, yeah, those are my thoughts, Greg. Let me know if you disagree. Patrick Haas, yeah, it was after week 1 when Henderson got all the touches, so I'm happy with that. I got restless and dropped Pollard, but yeah, I had a really good draft. I've tried to shop Gibson, and yeah, Yeah, I actually bought Gibson in a few spots because I know everyone's excited about B-Rob, but I think even when B-Rob comes back fully healthy, like Antonio Gibson's gonna have a role. So maybe he's not the 20 touch guy that we thought he was gonna be, but I think even if he gets 12, 14 touches, we drafted him in round 5 or round 6, so it's gonna still pay off. I kind of want to start running back, but won't move any of my big 4. Hurts, Diggs, Jefferson, or Brown. I'm a ride with Pitts unless someone offers me the moon. Yeah, did you have Pitts too on that team? I guess I didn't even see that, Patrick. Did you just not type out that you had Pitts? Wow. Wow. You have Pitts too? Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Your team's good, bro. For sure. Feeling pretty good about that. Oh, you didn't type it. No, about to say. I think I gave you an A. I'm feeling more like an A plus, but I mean, when you look back in the past, vision is 2020, right? So I do like me some Kyle Pitts. Team's loaded there, Patrick. So appreciate you stopping by the channel. Appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight. Like, any more questions? Any more questions at all? Would love to answer any more questions that potentially might happen about fantasy football, because that's what we're here to do. Love it. Patrick, Greg, appreciate you guys being here. Channel 1, Lucas as well. Appreciate all you guys for being here. Any start sit questions? Like I said, we are going live tomorrow. I posted my video today, trade for these running backs and wide receivers. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. Might give you some ideas for your leagues. Like I said, we're going live tomorrow night. Again, doing this type of stuff. We will be posting tomorrow my running back rankings for week 4. On Thursday, we're dropping my my wide receiver rankings for week 4. And then Friday, we're going to be talking just more start sits, who I'm really high on this week. So we're going live almost every night. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now, because I'm going live and I'm trying to answer your questions. I don't charge you any money. This is all free analysis. So appreciate all you guys for tuning in here and talking fantasy football, because I'm trying to build this community and I need you to be a part of it, because it's going to be special. And it's already special. It is already special. Like, appreciate all you guys so much already. But let me know if I can answer any questions for you. Any questions, any start sits, any trade questions, any should I add this player, waiver wire stuff. Would love to do it. And also turn on that noti bell. Turn on that noti bell if you are a sub. Helps you get notified when I do go live. I know that is sometimes people don't know. I also post about it on Twitter. So if you are on Twitter watching this, I do have people that watch me on Twitter. Appreciate you as well, because this is what we did. This is what we do. We talk fantasy football. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes. If you have any questions, ask it. Otherwise, we might be winding down this live, but I don't want to do that unless you have questions. And if you're here having fun. Oh, Patrick Hauser coming in. My man, Patrick. He says, Jeff, Diggs, AJ Brown, Pitts, Hurts. Oh, you give your how you drafted. 6 CH, 7 Gibson's fell to the 7th round. Chase Edmonds at the 8th, Hunt in 9. Who are you drafting with, my guy? Bateman in the 10th round? Holy moly. Henderson at 11, Pollard at 12. Sorry, I think my draft went. I doubt you got Bateman in the 10th, but if you did, good for you, man. Good for you. Did you say you were playing in is it a 12-man league? Or was it a 10-man league? I forget what you said. You didn't, I don't think, 10-man, 10, okay. 10, it also makes more sense, but even in a 10-man league, like, Bateman should be going in like the 7th, 8th still. You got a steal. Yeah, you did get lucky. Very lucky. Yeah. Oh, man, I should play in more 10-man leagues. I always bash on them because I'm always like, man, find 2 more guys. Come on, you got 2 more friends. But I also, I understand. I play in a few 10-man leagues. And to be completely fair, you do feel better after the draft because you're like, man, my team feels so good. But, studs are so much more important. Like, when you're in a 12-man league, it's all depth. And if you play in a 14-man league, it just feels scarce. It just feels lucky if you get a win. So, like I said, if you are tuning in, appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight. We are doing all start sit questions, as well as I'm here. The mic is open. The chat is open. We are having some fun. Patrick is here. We had Yehi in here earlier. We got Greg. Lucas, I don't know if he's still here, but I'm here to answer all your questions. So trying to have fun, trying to engage. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. I'm building this community with you. So I need you to help me. And I want you here. I want to engage with you. Hopefully my analysis helps you win some fantasy football championships, because that's what we're trying to do. Greg coming in here again. Yeah, so you're currently streaming. He says he's currently streaming QB since Dak's injured. My team is Dak, Swift, ETN, Hollywood, T. Higgins, Waddle, Mike Evans, Kittle, Jamal Williams, Stevenson, Dubs, and Ingram. Wow. I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, okay, we're not feeling great about your running backs right now, because Swift is going to be out the next few weeks and Travis Etienne hasn't produced. But like, if the season, I would have said, I feel good. I feel good about that. I feel good about that. Now we're talking wide receivers here. Oh boy. T. Higgins, my guy. Waddle, Mikey Boy Evans, and Hollywood Brown. You got 4 studs at wide receiver, dude. That's exciting. And then you have Kittle, which he hasn't produced yet. But, it takes my man a few games to always get on the field. And then he'll put up a 40-point game that helps you win. Jamal Williams, feeling pretty good. He probably is going to have to be in your lineup this week. I'd put him. I mean, Swift isn't going to play, so he's going to be starting for you. Stevenson, Dobbs, and Ingram. So yeah, you're currently streaming quarterback. You have McKinnon also. So with that team, do I do that Hurts trade? Oh, you asked that earlier. So got offered Jalen Hurts and Judy for my Waddle and Dak. Oh. Bro, I'm still dude, that's such a fair trade. I think that's the issue I'm running into. Okay. Also, Mitch, put him in the chat. Oh, dude, Greg. I think the issue I have, so Jalen Hurts is going to help your team for sure. Like, he's going to push it. And you're probably going to win more games if you do the trade. I'm going to be honest. Even though I love me some Waddle, the advantage, is it 4-point touchdown, Greg? I'm just assuming it's 4-point touchdown, because it's close if it's 4-point. If it's 6-point, I mean, it's for sure Jalen Hurts. But you have the wide receivers between T. Higgins, Hollywood, and who am I missing? Oh, Mike Evans, to like make up the difference. And I assume this is probably just like 2 flex, 2 wide receivers. So like, you're going to be fine. But I think you can wait out Dak. I think if you Dak's probably going to be back in 2 or 3 weeks. Fantasy points wise, like, it's not going to be great for the next 4 or 5 weeks. So just know that. But then you're not having to give up Jalen Waddle. So, you're 0-3. And yes. Oh, bro, that's rough. Do it. I just say do it. Get Jalen Hurts and let's swing for the fences. Yeah. Let's just go get Hurts. Let's go get Hurts. If you can do it, go get Hurts, Greg. Go get Hurts, Greg. Patrick says Jay Hurts has such an easy schedule, man. I would want to keep Hurts. That's why I built that Hurts Brown stack. Yeah. Trade for Hurts. That's what we're trying to do, Greg. So Mitch coming in here, got a couple trade ideas I need some advice on. Trade DJ Moore and DK for AJ Brown, and then Devontae and Edmonds for Cup. Hypothetical. Okay, first, DJ Moore and DK for AJ Brown. Yes. I mean, I'm assuming this is a redraft. Also, we should clarify. I also do Dynasty content too. So most of the content I'm posting right now is redraft. But I also do I am in quite a few Dynasty leagues. So if you have Dynasty football content, just say it, and it's a little bit different doing it. But yeah, DJ Moore and DK for AJ Brown, 100%. Totally agree with you on that one. Good deal. Get AJ Brown. And then Devontae and Edmonds for Cup. I think this one's closer. Assuming you don't need Edmonds, just go get Cup. A lot more consistent, higher points per game. I think it's going to be close, but I like both those deals. So if you're getting the best player in the trade, you win in redraft, because typically, even if you're playing a 12-man league, like, you can find guys on waivers that help you produce. So do both of those deals would be would be what I would do. And I know one is hypothetical, so I would propose that. So yeah, get Hurts. Vontae Adams. I love how you say Vontae. Vontae Adams or Smith. Smith. Are we talking like Devontae Smith? Monte Adams or Smith? Which Smith am I missing off the top? Patrick, who am I missing when you say Vontae Adams or Smith? I don't know. I don't know who I'm missing when I'm confused. Vontae Adams. Oh, for dudes trades. Oh, yeah. So you're saying you're back here for Mitch. Yeah, so you're saying Vontae Adams for Smith for dudes trades. Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you. And then we got my man Sheffinabi. Appreciate you stopping in. Like I said, appreciate all the love and support here on this stream. Engaging with all you guys. Hopefully my analysis is helping you. Dropped a video today, dropping a video tomorrow. So subscribe. Helps me out a ton. You guys are being amazing, helping me build this community. So trade CEH and Freiermuth for Akers and Patterson. I could counter the offer with Godwin or ETN instead of Akers. So first off, in my opinion here, Chef, I'm going to call you Chef. So hopefully you subscribe and you come back because I want to call you're the chef of the channel for sure. You've gotten that title. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I would counter it if you're trading CEH and Muth. Yeah, I do not want Akers, and I really don't want Patterson. So if you could get, I would prefer Godwin over Akers. I know Godwin's injured, but he looked good even when he just wasn't in shape, and that's why he pulled that hammy. I do like ETN. I know ETN and Akers have both struggled, but I like both of those guys over Akers. So hope that helps. But if I were to like rank it, I would do if I could trade. I mean, CEH is balling out, but if you look at his per game like usage, it's all touchdown dependent. So I would prefer. I'm a risky guy, so this is what I'll say: if you're risky, do it with ETN. If you're risk averse, and depending on how your team's already looking, and if you need like a little bit more stability, go with Godwin. So hope that helps you, Chef. Appreciate you being here. Mitch Waller said Adams. Yeah. For dudes trades, Adams. Yeah. Sorry. I'm catching back up on the chat. Chef says my team is 10-man half PPR. Hurts, AJ Brown, Kirk, Mixon, Javonte, Goddard, Gabe Davis, Garrett Wilson, CEH, Stevenson, Terry, Pierce, Muth, B-Rob, and Jameson Williams on IR. Yeah. Team's nasty, bro. Team is nasty. And yeah, you really don't need if you can trade CH and get Godwin or ETN, like I'm feeling good. Like I feel like those guys will help you. The upside is there. You don't need the depth. You already have the depth. So just shoot for the upside there. I didn't know what Devontae was talking about. Yeah, appreciate all the help, Patrick. Appreciate you being here. Day Jaluso 3. Appreciate you being here. Like I said, if you guys are tuning in and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, means a lot. Subscribe helps me out. We're going live again tomorrow. So answering all your questions and hopefully answering all your questions rest of the season to help you win your fantasy football leagues. Trade away Dobbins, Akers, and Breece Hall and get Hunt, London, and Gibson. Full PPR. Also have Najee, Michael Thomas, and Chase. Trade away Dobbins, Akers, and Breece Hall. So you're giving up a ton of running back depth, but you're getting Kareem Hunt, Drake London, and Antonio Gibson. DeJaluso, give me the rest of your team. That one is a little bit hard to answer. I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant because I could see the upside of Breece Hall. I could see the upside of Dobbins. Hunt is producing good numbers, but he's not. The upside's not there. Drake London, the upside is there. And Gibson. I mean, okay. Let's just talk about this in a vacuum. So Dobbins and Gibson is essentially the same value as Cam Akers. So they like mute. Dobbins is worth a little bit more than Kareem Hunt just based on the usage we imagine he's going to get once he's fully back healthy. So advantage that side. But then Drake London is worth more than Breece Hall just based on performance, but I am still excited about Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall has the potential to be a league winner. And you said you also have Smith, Penny, Pitts, and Hopkins. I'm keeping your running back depth, dude. I'm keeping your running back depth. Even though I do love me some Drake London, so I'm keeping my running back depth. I know you can't put them all in, but I think I'm keeping my running back depth. Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. I would trade one. I think the problem is you're doing like a 3 for 3, and it just feels like you're losing like a strength of your team by giving up all three. Like if you could do one, like if you could give up one of those guys and get Drake London, I feel really good about that trade, but I wouldn't risk it. The Patrick Hawes, Mitch Moore, and DK for DK Brown. I do that. No questions asked. Yeah. So he's talking about a trade we talked about earlier. Yeah. Appreciate the analysis here, Patrick. And yeah, bud, CH had over 120 total scrimmage yards in week 2. I like him if you have the 0 RB build. Yes. If he's 0 RB. Yep. Also have Smith, Penny. Okay. Hunt has gotten 15 touches all 3 games so far. He's my RB2 if Gibson falls off. Yep. Oh, Dobbins over Hunt. Okay. I guess I should say this. I guess we should like clarify. Kareem Hunt on a year basis, like he's gonna finish as the RB12 or RB14 because the dude typically is durable, plays 14 to 15 games. If J.K. Dobbins gets to where we believe he was at the end of his rookie season, we're talking about a man in J.K. Dobbins who has top 10 upside, really. He doesn't have RB1 upside because he doesn't get the receptions. But in that offense, with those carries, they're a lot more valuable than what Kareem Hunt's going to be getting playing behind Nick Chubb. Now, I know Kareem Hunt gets the catches. I know there's a lot of things that we can say about Kareem Hunt. But I'm taking the upside of J.K. Dobbins, especially as like my RB3. Now, if I don't have solid running backs and I'm relying on production, like I just need 10 to 12 points because my wide receivers are solid. Okay, like I hear you. Like, okay, Kareem Hunt, that would be fair. But in that deal specifically, the way we were looking at upside because we want the best player because the best player in these redraft trades is what wins the trade. And I just felt like we're talking about Drake London and 2 pieces that were not as good as the depth that you're giving up in Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, and Antonio Gibson. So I was just keeping that side. Now I could hear you argue that Drake London has higher upside than any of those guys in that trade, but I'm staying with my belief that running backs do win you championships. And if one of those guys, like let's say Breece Hall actually is Jonathan Taylor reincarnated on the Jets based on his 40 time, based on all of his prolifics and being a 2nd round pick. If you can get that, not that he's going to perform like Jonathan Taylor did last year at all. Like that's not what I'm saying. But if he comes on like Jonathan Taylor did at the end of his rookie season and you get that from weeks 10 to week 16, that's going to win you a chip. And the same could be argued for any of those guys. So I'm keeping the running back depth. Hunt, so efficient. What carries is Dobbin going to get with Lamar stealing goal line? Oh, I would agree with you. My other argument would be Hunt has, even when the argument could be made that Nick Chubb has to get injured for Kareem Hunt to perform on RB1 level and be super efficient. But even last year when Nick Chubb got hurt, Kareem Hunt still was only averaging 12 to 13 fantasy points per game. J.K. Dobbins, we haven't seen him. We haven't seen the man outside of his rookie season. So, I mean, we saw him last week, but you know what I mean? Like fully healthy, fully ramped up. Yes, Lamar Jackson does get a lot of goal line work, but that didn't stop. Like same could be said for James Conner playing with Kyler Murray last year, and James Conner still put up ridiculous touchdown numbers. So that would be my argument there, Patrick. I just like the other thing you have to consider is when a running back plays on a super efficient offense, which is what the Baltimore Ravens are. Now, granted, the Browns have been a super efficient offense as well. Like there's going to be a lot more scoring opportunities, which produces a lot more fantasy points. So even though Lamar Jackson does keep a lot, and I think especially with him being so high up in the MVP conversation, maybe he doesn't hand the ball off to J.K. Dobbins on the read options in the, on the goal line, but we're just going to have to keep the faith. And based on the usage and everything like that, I'm going with J.K. Dobbins. But I'm not saying J.K. Dobbins is like worldly is better than Kareem Hunt. Like I like both. I have Kareem Hunt on plenty of rosters, my guy. I promise. The only piece I don't like Breece Hall, exactly what you just said. The only person I've had a hard time giving him up. Yeah. I think a lot of people see the upside. They understand what they were doing when they drafted Breece Hall in the 4th. Give it another week or two. He's probably not going to produce the next week or two. He's going to be easier to get. And then all of a sudden he has that late Javonte Williams, Jonathan Taylor breakout. And then you're feeling very good about your running back core. So yeah, everyone, guys, appreciate you guys so much for being here. Answer any more questions I can answer for you guys. Trying to produce fantasy football content. We got another video dropping tomorrow. Had a video dropping today that already came out for trade for these running backs and wide receivers. You guys blew me out. I was trying to get to 110 subscribers. We're at 114. So if you haven't already subscribed, join the community. Going live again tomorrow night. We talk fantasy football. We start sits. What should I do? Exactly like this. Timeout with Henry coming in here. Start Murray or Tua? Ooh, now these are the juicy questions I like. So we're looking at, I realize that this is like super small for you guys to see. So let's go. So we got the Dolphins are playing on Thursday night against the Bengals. And then we got Arizona versus the Panthers. So I know the Bengals put up like 20 fantasy points on defense this last week, but they were playing the Jets. We do have to consider that. And Kyler Murray just got off of the beta for Modern Warfare, Warzone. And I think even though Tua is absolutely balling right now, he is balling. Let's go. He's averaging 22 fantasy points per game. Kyler Murray is not that far off, averaging 20 fantasy points per game. And here on this channel, what wins us leagues is upside. And the rushing upside that Kyler Murray has over Tua is huge. And maybe Tua's just going to emerge as this year's Josh Allen. I don't know. I mean, it's looked good. I lean Murray here. I feel like Murray is the safer pick and also the higher upside pick. But if you pick Tua, it's not a bad problem to have. But yeah. I'm agreeing with Patrick here. We are going with Kyler Murray with the rushing upside. Oh, Patrick, he is out of here, but he is coming back. Like I said, if you guys hit that noti bell, I go live. We're going to be going live almost every night. Now, Friday night, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Friday night, but Thursday night for sure. And we're here. I'm here. I'm answering questions right now. So ask me anymore. We got Timeout with Henry is popping off with questions in the chat. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Ertz or Waller? Bro, what's his team? When did you draft Ertz? That's rough. Waller hasn't been performing, which is very sad to say. But we know the talent that Waller is. And I feel like you have to start Waller because the upside is also higher with Waller. And Darren Waller, yeah, it's averaging 11.4 fantasy points per game. And then what's Ertz averaging right now? Yeah, 12.5. Yeah. Ertz is safer, but why are we playing? We don't need 12 points. We need 15 or 16 out of our tight end spot. So it's a good problem to have, but I'm starting Waller. Waller. This week, for sure Waller. Just based on the matchup. We have when is it? I just talked about this earlier in the show. Raiders versus Broncos. Waller. And then Arizona versus the Cardinals. Yeah. I just think it'll be a high scoring game for the Cardinals too. I just think Waller's gonna be needed. The Broncos defense is pretty solid, so Surtain's gonna not lock up, but be on Devontae Adams. Yeah. We're going Waller. We're rolling Waller. And you know what? Timeout with Henry. If you come back next week or you message me on Monday night when I go live. We did a Monday night live stream. It did not go that well. Not a lot of people came in on halftime. Maybe we'll do it like a halftime stream. So maybe that'll be our new thing. We'll stream live on halftime, talk about the game, but also talk about like next week and stuff like that. So tune into that. Hopefully my halftime show is better than like ESPN's. But appreciate you subbing. But yeah, I'd be going with Waller. Any other questions, guys? Appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, sub. It means a lot. Ask questions. Patrick, Timeout with Henry, you guys have been amazing asking questions, but would love to answer any more questions you might have. We did hit 115 subs, so appreciate all 6 new subscribers here tonight. It means the world as we continue to make new content, produce more fantasy football news. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get better at fantasy football. Trying to get better. Also, anyone else a Tar Heels fan in here? I live in Indiana, but I'm wearing my Tar Heels stuff. So, timeout with Henry coming in. Was it smart to put Vikings D in this week versus Saints? Terrible. Oh, well, Saints play it didn't have. Hasn't had a great offense. I don't think I'm risking it. I don't feel comfortable. I'm probably not playing the Vikings D. Do you have another option? Or are you streaming? Defenses that I would be trying to stream. I mean, that there's some interesting this week matchups. I don't know. I haven't done enough digging on my one team. Let me pull out the handy dandy phone right now. I just picked up somebody defense, and I forget who it was because I like the matchup. But now I'm blanking off the top of my head. I mean, it is 11:07 where I live, so it is a little late. Steelers, Broncos, yeah. Who do I like this week? Let me tell you exactly who I like. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, definitely not the Saints this week. Oh man, this is rough. I am glitching here live on stream, but appreciate all the patience. Yeah, I do like the Cardinals this week against Carolina, of course. I think Indy versus Tennessee is an interesting defense. Minnesota versus Saints isn't bad. Secretly kind of like Detroit versus Seattle a little bit. I know Seattle's been playing decent offense, but I think that's also an interesting one. If you don't have these are more of the streaming options that people probably can pick up. Not necessarily like the elite level defenses. You're not playing the Bills, playing the Ravens, Bears, Giants. Either of those defenses in the game might be an interesting play because Saquon's really the only offense for the Giants, and then of course the Giants versus the Bears. Timeout with Henry. Like I said, I just appreciate you being here asking all these questions. Who's your favorite 3 NFL teams? So I'm originally from Ohio, so I am a Bengals fan. I did always like the Colts growing up just because Peyton Manning. So I do enjoy watching the Colts. But after that, it's kind of like I just watch a lot of fantasy football. I watch all the football games. I have Red Zone. I watch football for fun. So I don't know. I just enjoy watching good football. So of course, like good football also includes Tom Brady. I'm not a Tom. How do I say this? Like I cheer for Tom Brady because I did not get to watch Michael Jordan growing up because I wasn't alive. I guess I was alive. I was born in 1997, but at the tail end of Michael Jordan's career, and I don't remember watching anything of Michael Jordan. And I have been able to watch Tom Brady's kind of whole career. And even though people might hate him, might not love him, like I said, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I know he's a Michigan alum. So it's hard to say, but I've enjoyed watching him kind of, I think, take over the GOAT mantle for quarterbacks. So that I do watch him playing even at the age of 45 for Tampa Bay. I think last year was super exciting with the offense. This year, I know like Sunday was kind of brutal without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but I think once they get fully healthy, that offense is going to be looking interesting. So timeout with Henry. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite NFL team? Do you got a favorite NFL team? Let me know. Like I said, though, appreciate everyone for tuning in here. Let me know if I can answer any last minute questions. If you haven't already, subscribe. Helps me out a lot. If not, we're going to be going live again tomorrow. So if you have questions that come up, you got to think, Caleb's your man. I am your guy. If you are over on Twitter tuning in, come over to YouTube. I can answer your question. But like I said, we are going to be calling it quits here fairly soon. Oh, you're Seahawks, baby. Seahawks. Thanks for the help. I do streams once in a while too. Love small streams. I gotta go. Thanks. Yeah, dude. I'll definitely. I'll check out your channel for sure. Yeah. I just called out your Seahawks. I didn't think they were gonna be doing too hot this week, but probably didn't like that Russell Wilson trade at all. But, yeah, bro, you've posted 156 videos. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. Dude, keep it up. And you do reels, like football reels. Dude, that's awesome, bro. Keep it up. Keep it up. I know I think I'm at like 40 videos right now. So I know I got to keep grinding on the content, but that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. Let me know if I can answer any more questions for you. Any more questions? We're here. Fantasy football. We're here. But if not, like I said, tomorrow we'll be going back live. Ooh. Let me see. Is it Gets? Gets. Appreciate you being here. Tuning in. You know, you would do me a huge favor if you sub to this channel. It would mean a lot. I traded Connor and Patterson for Taylor. Good trade. Good trade. Upside. You got the best player. You got the best player. If you're talking about Jonathan Taylor, then you got the best player. So you win. You win. Rub it in my face. I don't have any Jonathan Taylor shares. Not in my dynasty leagues, not in my redraft leagues. I can't get him. I mean, you had to draft him at 101 or 102 this year, and I didn't have any of those picks. So it is sad that I can't root for Jonathan Taylor, but that is what happens. You also got Cup. Sheesh. Yeah, for sure. For sure. RB2 is Dobbins. Yeah. No, feel good about Dobbins. If you get Jonathan Taylor as your RB1, Jonathan Taylor, Dobbins, and then you got Cooper Kupp, you're feeling good. Upside here, dude. Trade for Jonathan Taylor. All day, every day. Trade for Jonathan Taylor. You're going to feel good about it. You're going to look back and you're going to be like, man, that was a good trade. So do it. If that got proposed to you, accept it right now. If you're trying to do it, I'd propose it. So appreciate everybody. Guys, I am going to be calling it quits here. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like I said, we're going live again tomorrow. If you haven't checked out, I talk about my buy low candidates today in the video. I am flexing. I blurred out the picture of who the buy low candidates are. I have 4 buy low candidates. So go check out that video. It would mean a ton. Just view it, like it. Helps me out a ton. If you haven't already, subscribe. Turn on that noti bell. We're going live again tomorrow. Posting more content again tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys so much, and I will catch you on the flip side.